Our next entrepreneur co-founded the Hawaii Longboard Federation and the first ever all-wooden surfboard contest in Waikiki. But these days, the beach represents a totally different kind of business opportunity for her.
I used to work in the financial industry. I was a stockbroker. I've worked for the state in public relations. I've had numerous businesses on my own. And I have to say, the reason I've been an entrepreneur, I think all these years, is because I wanted to find a way to balance work and family. Aloha, my name's Diane Fujii Johnson, and I'm a career changer. I just always grew up in the water. My father and I used to lay net, and I've laid net out in Hawaii Kai before they dredged out the marina. We went spearfishing. I've grown up on boats, so just anything having to do with the ocean was what I was all about. I grew up in Kahaluu and moved out to Hawaii Kai and graduated from Kaiser High School. Then I went to UH and couldn't decide if I wanted to be an artist or a business person. But I figured, I could always do art on the side and hopefully make a living doing business. So in the classroom, I was all business, but when it was time to hit the waters, it was all about surfing. And I loved it. It's just a laid-back feeling. You sit in the water and you can see the turtles under you and the ocean. And I noticed at the time there was no professional longboard circuit in Hawaii. I founded the Hawaiian Longboard Federation in 1997, which was just a couple of years after graduating from the UH School of Business. And I noticed longboarding was really popular. That's where people are out surfing on boards that are 9 feet or longer. They typically have a rounded nose, and it's more reminiscent of the old style surfing of Hawaii. And I love that about it. I co-founded it with Rita Noe, who's a videographer and an avid surfer himself. And it grew into an event where we had 6 contests a year on most of the neighbor islands. And it was also the only way that professional surfers could get Association of Professional Surfing points, which is ASP points. And this would help them qualify to be a world champion, which is important for Hawaii. The great thing with surfing is everyone really has a connection to it in Hawaii. I've always had a passion about wooden surfboards. And while I was running the HLF, I didn't really see a lot of wooden surfboards around. So I worked with Pohaku and we created the first modern wooden surfboard. This board is made out of kamani wood, which is a really heavy wood. It probably weighs about 80 pounds and I can carry it on one arm. It was made by Pohaku. It was one of the first boards that we did as a collaboration to really try to bring back wooden surfboards. I ended up getting married and starting a family and just finding it was a little too difficult to balance work life and family life at the time, so I decided to take a break. My son, who's 6 years old at the time, Hunter, brought home an art project in which he had taken black construction paper and drawn a petroglyph, a Hawaiian petroglyph, out of Elmer's glue and sprinkled sand on it. And showed it to me and I loved it and I thought, Dad, this is awesome. My husband runs Kama'aina Tees, it's a t-shirt printing company, and said, well, why can't we put this on a shirt? And he said he's never seen it before and he doesn't think it can be done. So it took about 6 months of research, really playing with different types of inks and glues, and I can't disclose the entire process to you, but it was a kind of a roller coaster of ups and downs. The sand itself is hand applied on each t-shirt, so it takes about 10 to 20 times longer to make one of these hot sand Hawaii shirts than it would a regular screen printed t-shirt. These shirts are made with real Hawaiian sand. It's a patent pending process. They just make me smile every time I see my kids with it on. And being the practical mom that I am, it's really easy to take care of. You just take it off your kid or they take it off, throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, it's perfectly fine. So it's not yet available to the public. I'm still in the process of launching the brand, and because of that, we're really going to be particular about which retailers we work for. So basically the website is there to showcase our product and to show retailers what they can offer their clients that's unique and special to Hawaii. And this is the most rewarding thing. My kids will always come first, but this is like my second child.